Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil and it's time for another episode of Would I Lie to You? This has been an episode that a number of you in the comments have requested. It's episode 7 from series 9 and it features Jack Dee, who I've seen on multiple episodes of QI, as well as a memorable episode hosting on Nevermind the Buzzcocks. And it also features Romesh Ranganathan, I believe his last name is. Please forgive me if it's not. I think that's true though. From Taskmaster fame. I can't remember what series, but I'm gonna say 5 or 6, but I might be wrong. Very memorable character from that show, and I've been told he's got a good bit here. The other guests in this episode are Tinchy Stryder, who I've never heard of, and Gaby Roslin, same thing. But again, like many of these panel shows, I don't know what I'm getting into. Not much more to say, so let's jump right into it. This is episode 7 from series 9, Would I Lie to You?
On David Mitchell's team tonight, a comedian whose performances have put a smile on many people's faces, if not his own. It's Jack Dee! He's hip, he's dench, he's amazeballs, he's OMG, he's the dog's bizzle, he's YOLO. I don't know what any of those words mean. It's Tinchy Stryder! A comedian who describes himself as a chubby sociopath, which is strange because I've never thought of him as a sociopath. It's Romesh Ranganathan! And the presenter of the National Lottery, where every week some lucky person wins millions of pounds, loses all their friends, breaks up with their spouse, falls out with their family, and ends up living alone in a giant house they paid too much for. It's Gaby Roslin!
Harsh, but not entirely inaccurate.
When I was a teacher, whilst trying to explain a tricky concept, I accidentally locked a pupil in a cupboard.
What is up with teachers locking kids in cupboards? Because I feel like
it was a maths lesson.
Was it Gus Kahn who had a similar story?
The topic of probability and chance.
What's the chances of getting locked in the cupboard?
That wasn't the main one. I was trying to get across the idea of
Narnia.
Yeah. The idea was that if you had like an alien arrive, how would you explain probability?
Which would be the first thing you'd do, wouldn't you? Yeah. Put the laser down, let me talk to you about maths.
It's the universal language.
I needed somebody to pretend to be an alien. So I selected a child from the class. I didn't just go out and look for one.
How did you select? Did you go for the little green one with the pointy ears?
I thought I was doing a good thing because, you know, you get some kids that are sort of, that have problems making friendships.
You chose the kid that got bullied to be the alien.
And then you locked him in a cupboard.
I said to him, why don't we pretend this cupboard
is
like a transformation chamber? You go in as a boy.
You come out as an alien.
It's just getting worse, isn't it? I'd be down that school like a shot.
How surprised would you then be to see that teacher on the BBC a few years later?
In the current climate, not surprised at all.
At the next Ofsted inspection, a small skeleton was discovered.
And they said, what are the chances of that? And they said, well, interesting, you should ask that.
I was going to get different kids to explain to him what probability was. So he was going to be like the dummy alien, and then like he'd be like, boo, boo, boo.
Never to be bullied again.
I can't help feeling that I'm a little bit under attack here.
It's all right, because what happened?
I realised I couldn't open the door to let him out. I said to him, you're going to have to come out the cupboard, just open it from the inside. And he replied, yeah. That extended the problem. And he was in there for 20 minutes.
I do know that Romesh used to be a maths teacher.
Oh, OK.
Right.
So, and that, you know, education's loss was show business's gain.
Sociopath.
Yeah, the story wasn't really adding up, right?
Yeah.
For a maths teacher,
Lie. True.
The story
It's true.
is true.
Yeah. There's too much logic to the lies often.
Sometimes I pretend to have broken something in my house so that when a man comes around to fix it, I can play him at ping pong.
Why did you get a strange man round to play ping pong?
It's not really a strange man. He's a neighbour, but he's like a handyman.
Why can't you just tell him you want to play ping pong?
Because I don't know.
Are you telling me that the only way you can get him to come round to your house is by pretending something's broken at your place?
No, it's not that bad. He likes ping pong.
What's his real name?
His real name's Paul.
Paul, the handyman.
Paul, yeah, handyman Paul, really, not
And
Paul
how
the
long have you
handyman.
known Paul for?
That
How
long.
many times has he played ping pong with you in that?
Oh, loads of times. Always something wrong in my house. For example, I might say, OK, the light's off in, like, the conservatory or something, and then...
Conservatory. Oh, you're very grime, aren't you?
David, do you play table tennis?
I do, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Are you good?
And I'm all right.
OK.
But can you fix a light switch?
So how do you serve, David? Do you serve like that? Like that?
David
or
always
like
gets somebody
that?
to serve him.
How do you introduce ping pong?
I say, oh, yeah, do you want a drink? And then he'd be like, I'm around. Do you want a game? Kind of simple.
And you give him the special drink and he wakes up in the table tennis.
I think it's true because he doesn't want to be too upfront with Paul, the handyman.
Handyman Paul.
Sorry, handyman Paul. Ping pong Paul.
Even that name is better. Ping pong Paul.
Ping pong Paul.
I think it's true.
Everything I was saying was all true.
Please welcome this week's special guest, Georgia.
This is Georgia, and when she fell down a manhole, I was unable to help her because I couldn't stop laughing.
To your friends?
Yes. She used to be my next door neighbour.
Describe the mishap, if you can keep a straight face.
We'd been shopping, the bus was coming, and I said, run for the bus, and then I heard a scream. She'd fallen down a manhole.
I think if you're running, you don't fall vertically down a small opening.
What was the extent of her injuries?
How bad is this story? Months ago.
She had a very bad...
Chin.
It's true. It's
She's
true.
broken her fall with her chin.
It's true. Look at the way she's laughing. It's so true.
To go down it like that, you'd have to be aiming for it, wouldn't you? You'd have to be doing run, jump, legs together.
This is Georgia. I have an irrational fear of sock puppets, and last year I had to leave a children's party when she put one on.
OK, I believe you. Why?
It's this.
At any point, they can just turn towards you.
Yeah. You know, it's the unpredictability of it. That's not funny. That's terrifying. It's horrible. Well, I don't actually know Georgia that well. What happened was that I was going to a kid's birthday party with my children. Our oldest child is very, you know, sort of chilled out and he just has a nice time. The second one is, well, he's not. And so we were trying to control it. And so basically she saw that there was an emergency situation and she was reaching into her pocket to pull out what I hoped was a gun. But and she put the sock puppet on and then, here he comes again, hello.
I don't doubt that he hates sock puppets, but I don't buy the story.
In many ways, any human might suddenly do that to you.
That's
the risk we live with whenever we interact.
And then I just sort of ran out of the party into the back garden. No, if she'd have come out to the garden with like this, I would have just knocked her out.
This is Georgia. After spending a weekend at her hotel, I drove home only to find her cat asleep in the boot of my car.
What kind of cat was it, Lee?
Oh, it's a black one.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of hotel?
Red.
What kind of car?
Blue.
Had you got home when you discovered the cat?
Yes, I'd got home and I opened up the boot to let the wife out. No. What had happened is I opened up the boot of the car. I'd gone into the hotel. That's when the cat had jumped in.
No incident, no sound of purring or yowling that you couldn't attribute to your wife.
Yeah, they're a bit rude, David. And school comedy, I think.
When you saw the cat in the car, that's the cat from the hotel.
Yeah, I mean, a jet black cat in a hotel. You don't see a lot of cats in hotels anyway, do you?
No, you don't anymore, because you take them home in your car.
I immediately rang the hotel and said, the bacon's a bit burnt, but whatever. I've got your cat. And she said, Bombing, hey, all right, next time I won't cook it so much. I'm not going to start sending you, like, an ear and then a paw. I mean...
It's got to be the manhole. It's got to be the manhole, because Gaby could not hold it together.
Feels like none of them know Georgia.
The problem that we have here is that not all of you are telling the truth.
Yes.
I think Gaby knows Georgia. That's my instinct.
Yeah.
Manhole?
Let's call her Gaby.
Gaby, please.
Let's call her Gaby. Inappropriate.
My name is Georgia. I'm friend with Gaby, and I fell down the manhole.
Yeah. Let's not call her that. Oh.
I had to reprimand my builder after I came home early one day and caught him eating doughnuts in the bath.
How did you reprimand him?
I said, what do you think you're playing at? What's going on? He said, oh, so I didn't know you were coming home. In mitigation, the bath wasn't filled with water. It actually wasn't even plumbed in yet, but he was lying in it.
Did you offer him biscuits and donuts beforehand, before you left that day?
Certainly not, no. Because I wanted him to plumb the bath in. He got into the kitchen and helped himself to the...
Are they yours? They hadn't
to
been
the
brought
donuts. No, they were mine. That's exactly
How many
right.
donuts were there?
We bought 36 because we were expecting friends around because it's a new house.
And you were having this housewarming, curiously, before the bathroom had been finished.
Yes, so I'm concerned about your plumbing.
I'm obsessed with the boldness of taking a whole box to the bathroom, more so than getting in the bath.
Yeah.
I don't care where he's sat.
I agree.
You don't care if a builder was in your house and sat in your empty bath?
Not only after it's been plumbed in does that bother me.
Bath?
Could wee in it for all I care. It's empty. It's not plumbed in. Can I just say, if you're thinking of breaking into my house, that was a joke. Do not urinate in my bath.
I must say I agree with Lee.
Yeah.
I think an unplumbed bath is still the builder's province.
So anybody can go and sit in an unplumbed bath?
Yes.
Not anyone. No, a qualified builder slash donut eater.
Was this a showbiz event? Because I don't remember getting the invite.
Yeah. Are you in showbiz, are you, Lee?
I find your idea of serving donuts at a party unacceptable.
That is unacceptable.
And if I turn up to a party expecting donuts and then they said there are no donuts, you know what I'd say? Well, at least can I just have a hot bath?
Must be lying.
Both sets of lies.
No, it's absurd and therefore it's true.
It is a lie.
Oh. Okay.
If I'm ever worried about something silly, I write it on a sheet of loo roll, eat it, and the worry goes away. Well, it's those little things. You know, there's things that just bug you and you can't get out of your mind.
No.
Did I close the cat flap, or did I put the rubbish out, or...
That's up to the cat.
Did I... Then I go to the bathroom and I write it down.
It's not quicker just to check whether you've turned the lights on.
You got ensuite.
No, it's not.
Tinchy's off again. Is it on sweet? Mine is.
What happens if you wake up in the night and worry about all the loo roll you've been eating?
Is that a whole piece?
Yeah, but just one section, not the whole
It's a
roll.
lot. It's not a lot of loo roll, but it's a lot to eat.
No, one square of loo roll, dead easy to
But they're
eat.
not food.
Yeah, but paper's actually easy to eat, and I know because I certainly went through a paper eating phase as a child. It's called pica. It's a thing.
Just a delicious piece of loo roll with a slight flavour of ink.
What was the first worry that led you to go around loo rolling?
Probably when I was young. I think I was worried about doing my exam, so I put the subject that I was worried about and I just chewed it up and it went away. The worry went away.
Yeah. Did you do well in the exam?
No.
Okay.
But what's the logic?
Because I thought that people say that if you write things down, it takes the worry away.
Yeah, well,
I didn't know how else to get rid of the loo.
You're
paper.
sitting on the toilet.
You're on the toilet!
We think it's a lie.
OK.
It's got to be a lie. It's got to be a lie. Even though it's weird enough that it could be
actually
true.
A lie.
Yeah.
It's the end of the show, and I can reveal that David's team have won by 3 points to 2. My individual liar of the week this week is Tinchy Stryder. Good night.
It's weird because I don't think there is a... How to put this? I really enjoyed that episode, and yet I'm not sure that there's a story from it that's going to stick with me. You know, certain stories are like instant classics and highly memorable. That was just a fun mix. Maybe I'll remember. Pardon me. Maybe I'll remember Romesh locking an alien student in his classroom cupboard. But it's oddly similar to, I'm pretty sure it was a Guz Khan story where he locked a rival teacher in a cupboard at school. And I know Greg Davies was in that episode questioning him on school policy and whatnot. But yeah, just a fun episode, a really diverse group. Jack Dee, man, he's just like, he reminds me of a not toned down, but certainly less violently angry British version of Lewis Black. You know, just the perpetually disgruntled man. And there's also some physical resemblance there. Anyway, fun episode. I probably shouldn't have shared that I have eaten more than my fair share of paper in my day. But I guess that's out there for the world now. Do with it what you will. Thank you, as always, for joining me. And until next time, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.